The music world, forever indebted to the luminous legacy of Selena Quintanilla, mourns the loss of a foundational figure whose vision and tenacity shaped one of Latin music's most enduring dynasties. Abraham Quintanilla Jr., the patriarch who discovered his daughter's transcendent talent and orchestrated the rise of Selena y Los Dinos from humble beginnings to global phenomenon, passed away on December 13 at the age of 86. The news, delivered with profound sorrow by his son Abraham A.B. Quintanilla III, rippled through communities from Corpus Christi, Texas, to the farthest reaches of the Tejano diaspora. Accompanying A.B.'s announcement was a cherished photograph of Abraham, his face etched with the lines of a life richly lived, lines that told stories of struggle, triumph, and unyielding devotion to family and melody. "It's with a heavy heart to let you guys know that my dad passed away today," A.B. shared, his words a quiet elegy for a man whose influence extended far beyond the stage lights that once bathed his children in glory. Details surrounding Abraham's passing remain private, with no cause of death disclosed, allowing the focus to rest on the indelible mark he left on music history. Born in the sun-baked heart of Corpus Christi, Abraham's own dreams of stardom flickered early in the smoky lounges of 1950s Texas, where he lent his voice to the singing group Los Dinos. Those formative years, filled with the twang of accordions and the rhythm of conjunto beats, instilled in him a deep reverence for music as both escape and expression. Yet, life intervened as it often does for dreamers of modest means. By the late 1960s, Abraham stepped away from the spotlight to build a family with his wife, Marcela Quintanilla, trading microphone stands for the steady hand of a provider. It was in the quiet domesticity of raising their children, Abraham III, Selena, Suzette, and others, that a new chapter began to unfold. One fateful day, Abraham overheard his young daughter Selena humming a tune with an otherworldly clarity, her voice a siren's call that pierced the everyday clamor of home. What started as a father's gentle encouragement blossomed into a family mission. He rallied his reluctant offspring to form a band, assigning instruments with the precision of a conductor. A.B. took up the bass, its deep tones grounding the ensemble. Suzette manned the drums, her beats a heartbeat for the group, and Selena, the undeniable star, commanded the vocals, her presence magnetic even in pigtails and school uniforms. Selena y Los Dinos emerged not as overnight sensations but as scrappy underdogs, playing quinceañeras and county fairs across South Texas, their sets a fusion of pop, rock, and traditional Tejano that captivated local crowds. Abraham, ever the strategist, assumed the role of manager with a father's fierce protectiveness, navigating the band's creative waters and business shoals with equal parts intuition and iron will. He was the architect of their sound, the guardian of their schedules, and the voice that pushed back against industry gatekeepers who dismissed Tejano as niche. Under his guidance, the group evolved from garage jams to regional radio staples, Selena's charisma evolving into a force that bridged generations and cultures. Her wardrobe, bold, bedazzled confections designed by her mother and sister, became as iconic as her voice, a visual symphony that amplified Abraham's vision of empowerment through art. By the early 1990s, Selena y Los Dinos had shattered barriers, with Selena clinching a Grammy for Best Mexican/American Album in 1994, a victory Abraham celebrated not just as a milestone but as vindication for every door slammed in their faces. Tragedy struck on March 31, 1995, when Selena was fatally shot by Yolanda Saldivar, the former president of her fan club, in a betrayal that stunned the world and shattered the Quintanilla family. At just 23, Selena was on the cusp of crossover stardom, her English-language album Dreaming of You poised to conquer Billboard charts posthumously. The band's dissolution was inevitable, a wound too deep for rhythms to mend. Abraham, thrust into grief's abyss, channeled his sorrow into stewardship of his daughter's legacy. He oversaw the Selena Foundation, which supports scholarships and community programs, ensuring her spirit of generosity endured. Museums, statues, and annual festivals in Corpus Christi bear her name, but it was Abraham's quiet advocacy that kept the flame alive, authorizing biopics, curating archives, and sharing stories that humanized the icon. Abraham's influence extended into personal realms, where his protective instincts sometimes clashed with the winds of change. His initial disapproval of Selena's romance with guitarist Chris Perez, whom he fired from the band upon discovering their relationship, became a chapter of folklore in Quintanilla lore. Yet, true to his capacity for growth, Abraham eventually embraced Perez as a son-in-law, their bond forged in shared loss. Tensions resurfaced in 2016 over Perez's proposed TV series about Selena, a project Abraham viewed as exploitative, leading to a public rift that tested family ties. 5 years later, reconciliation bloomed, a testament to Abraham's belief in forgiveness as the ultimate harmony. His final public appearance came in the Netflix documentary Selena y Los Dinos, released just weeks before his passing, where he reflected on his daughter's joy, her discipline, and the profound impact she wrought. "She was the light," he said, his voice a gravelly echo of pride, recounting tales of late-night rehearsals and the electric thrill of sold-out shows. Abraham Quintanilla Jr.'s life was a ballad of resilience, a narrative woven from the threads of cultural pride and paternal love. He taught his children that music was more than notes, it was resistance, identity, and legacy. In Corpus Christi streets, where murals of Selena dance under the Texas sun, his shadow looms large, a reminder that behind every star is a dreamer who dared to believe. As fans light virtual candles and Tejano airwaves pulse with her hits, Abraham's departure closes a chapter but opens a chorus of gratitude. He leaves behind a family fortified by his lessons, a genre forever altered by his foresight, and a daughter whose voice still calls us to dream bigger. In the grand symphony of Latin music, Abraham was the conductor whose baton never faltered, guiding us all toward a brighter, bolder refrain.